What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the fight between Mike Shipman and Pietro Penini. Fight here in the middleweight division, also the co-main event on this Bellator Euro Series 8 card. Let's get into a bit of preview for both guys, and then we'll get into the stylistic matchup. All right, so first here, we have Mike Shipman from England. Looking at his record, pretty good, 13-3 as a pro, is on a 2-fight losing streak. Granted, his losses are actually against both of the guys fighting in the main event, that being Fabian Edwards and Castellano Van Steenis. Had competitive fights with both guys, granted was knocked out against Van Steenis, but while the fight lasted, put on a pretty good show. Other than that, though, had two good wins in Bellator over Carl Noon in 10 seconds and a submission over Scott Fulltrell. He's had a pretty good career. He's an up-and-coming guy. Turned pro in 2013, so he's been at this for a while now. His opponent, Pietro Penini, the Italiano. This is a fun fight. I'm excited to see it. He is going to be fighting in his native Italy. This fight taking place in Milan, also nicknamed King Kong. 9-1-1 as a pro, coming off that win over Charlie Ward. Does have a loss in the Italian Fighting Championships by doctor stoppage, but 3 fights in a row he's won. And beating Charlie Ward, not a huge win, but that is a guy from SBG Ireland that trains alongside McGregor. Also, Pietro made his debut in 2014. This is a fun fight, and let's get into the stylistic matchup here. Let me just move this browser over. All right, so Mike Shipman, I'd say he's a solid striker. Has that bouncy type of style, and he's constantly moving. He's not a guy who stands still. And he does switch stances as well, and he closes distance really nicely with big overhands and sometimes flurries of combinations. Now, his opponent Penini, also a decent striker, very wide and square style stance. Now, he does throw a lot of peppering jabs, which is something you don't see super often in MMA, but I really love seeing it. And he is willing to go the distance and outpoint his opponents if he has to. I don't think this is an easy fight for Shipman. I think it's a competitive matchup. I think that, Pietro Penini, I'm having a hard time saying it, Pietro Penini, excuse me. I feel like he should really stick with keeping range, throwing straight shots, and moving, where his opponent, Mike Shipman, is going to look to close distance, make this a really scrappy fight, and really probably put a ton of pressure on Pietro here. And he's going to have to. He is a little bit shorter at 5'10" to the 6'1" Pietro Penini. I think we see Shipman get the job done. I think he does so by a unanimous decision. I don't think it's easy. I think Penini definitely has his share of winning exchanges and maybe even wins a round. But I do think that Mike Shipman gets this done and gets a win streak starting back up after 2 tough defeats in his past 2 Bellator outings. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video.